In today's video, we're going to be checking out and ranking every single job in Welcome to Bloxburg to see which one is the best. Now, this is going to be based on 3 different factors, and that is how fun the job is, how repetitive the job is, and its relax factor, which is basically, can you relax or is there always something constantly happening during the job? Now, pay would be a factor, but ever since the April 2024 update, pay has been based on job experience rather than how the job pays itself. So pay is no longer a factor, and it's just based on job experience level. And some of these jobs, I was a little surprised on how high they were rated. So stay tuned and let's get into the video. Now, our first job is by far the most popular job ever in Bloxburg, which is pizza delivery. Now, pizza delivery stands out because it's very different from the other jobs and how fun it can be. And what I mean by that is basically because you don't have to pay attention as much in this job because you're basically just delivering pizzas, you can side task. You can watch a movie while doing the job. You can literally do anything you really want while doing the job and doesn't require your full attention. Now, if you're not doing any side tasking, the job itself is a little bit boring and repetitive. I mean, all you're really doing is just delivering pizzas over and over and over again, which after a while can get a little boring. But if you're side tasking, that really does not matter because you're not really even doing the job in the first place. For its relax factor, obviously I explained this before, you can literally side task, so it's by far the most relaxing job. So overall, I give pizza delivery a 9 out of 10 for fun, a 7 out of 10 for repetitiveness, and a 10 out of 10 for relax factor. Something I do want to point out about this job and any job that's in the city itself is that it is a little bit laggy. Like, I have a pretty solid GPU and CPU, and I do have a lot of RAM, and you can see that my game is getting a little bit laggy, a little bit chippy, if you know what I mean. So it's just something to keep in mind while doing any jobs within the city. Our next job is the Bloxburgger's job, which is a little bit more interesting. This is because it's one of the only jobs where you can choose which job you actually want to do, whether that's the cashier or the cook. This actually makes it a lot more fun because you can actually choose what you want to do, and if you get bored, you can just go to the next one. The job itself is also really fun for some reason. Like, you're always doing something, which means you can never really get too bored. It's also never really repetitive because you're always doing a different order. However, Bloxburger's relax factor is a little bit lower because you're always having to constantly do something, whether that's taking orders or cooking or anything really. So overall, Bloxburger's fun is 10 out of 10, its repetitiveness is a 9 out of 10, and its relax factor is a 4 out of 10. Our next job is the Lumberjack job, and this job is not really fun. You constantly cut down trees, and not only is that not really fun, but it's also extremely repetitive. The one upside of the lumber job though is it is really relaxing. You don't really have to focus on it too much. You just click and then the tree chops down and then you go to the next one, which is kind of relaxing. So overall, the lumber job gets a 3 out of 10 for fun, a 1 out of 10 for repetitiveness, and a 7 out of 10 for relax factor. Our next job is the janitor job at the high school, and this one actually is one of the ones that surprised me because I honestly thought this was a really good job. Basically, what you do in the janitor job is you pick up trash and spray paint that is across the high school. And honestly, it's kind of fun trying to find trash across the high school. The job can get a little bit repetitive though, especially with the trash, and the job is actually extremely relaxing. So overall, I give the janitor job a 8 out of 10 for fun, a 5 out of 10 for repetitiveness, and a 7 out of 10 for relax. Next up is the teacher job at the high school, which is the newest job in Bloxburg. Now, this job is pretty fun, but it does get very repetitive after a while. And obviously, you're not really relaxing, just like a teacher in real life. You have to keep answering questions and stopping trouble and stuff like that. So overall, I give the teacher job a 8 out of 10 for fun, a 3 out of 10 for repetitiveness, and a 2 out of 10 for relax factor. Our next job is the stalker job. And basically, what you do in the stalker job is you help supply and stock the BFF supermarket. Now, this job is, I'm not even joking, probably the most average job in Bloxburg. It's not that fun, but it's not too boring. It's not really that repetitive, and you can really never relax in this job. So overall, I give it a 5 out of 10 for fun, a 5 out of 10 for repetitiveness, and a 5 out of 10 for relax factor. Our next job is the pizza baker job, and this is the second one that actually surprised me on how good it is. Essentially, you make pizzas at this little conveyor area, and then you send them off to the pizza deliverer. And honestly, it's actually really fun to do, and I don't really know why. It doesn't really get repetitive either, but you can't really relax either. So overall, I give the fun a 8 out of 10, the repetitiveness a 8 out of 10, and the relax factor a 3 out of 10. Now, the next job is the Fisherman job, and I'm not gonna lie, this job has never been that good, and I think a lot of people can vouch for me on that. However, the one redeeming factor of this job is that you're able to fish at home, which makes moods a lot easier to manage. But it's not really fun. It's extremely repetitive, but you are able to relax a little bit during the job. So overall, I give the fun a 3 out of 10, the repetitiveness a 1 out of 10, and the relax factor a 7 out of 10. Our next job is the Ben's ice cream job, and this is another one of those really average jobs. It's not too fun, but it's also not that boring. It's not that repetitive, but it's also a little bit too repetitive, and you can never really relax. So overall, I give the fun a 5 out of 10, the repetitiveness a 5 out of 10, and the relax factor a 4 out of 10. Our next job is the miner job, and this job is actually one of the more interesting ones. If you like mining in Minecraft, then this job is definitely for you. However, it's not really for me, and I've never really done it before. It's pretty fun. It can get a little bit repetitive, and you can't really relax during it. So overall, I give the fun a 7 out of 10, the repetitiveness a 5 out of 10, and the relax factor a 4 out of 10. Our next job is the cashier job at BFF Supermarket, and I'm sorry, but this is by far the worst job in Bloxburg. I'm sorry if you play it. It's not really that fun. It's extremely repetitive, and you can never relax during it. So I don't see how you're able to play this, but if you can play this job, then kudos to you, but I just cannot play this job ever, and it is extremely boring. This gets a 2 out of 10 for fun, a 1 out of 10 for repetitiveness, and a 2 out of 10 for relax factor. Our next job is the taxi driver, and this is the newest job. I think I might have said the high school job was the newest, but it's definitely not. This is the newest job, and this job isn't that bad. It's kind of like a revamped version of the pizza delivery job. It's pretty fun. It can get a little bit repetitive, and it's pretty relaxing, similar to the pizza job. So overall, it gets a 7 out of 10 for fun, a 5 out of 10 for repetitiveness, and a 9 out of 10 for relax factor. Our next job is the Mike's Motors mechanic job, and this is another one of those average jobs. It's actually not that bad, and I actually find it kind of fun. It's a little bit repetitive though, and you can't really relax. So overall, it gets a 6 out of 10 for fun, a 4 out of 10 for repetitiveness, and a 4 out of 10 for relax factor. And last but not least, we have the hairdresser job. Now this job is a little bit above average, but it's still kind of average. The job is kind of fun. It's not really that fun though. It's actually not as repetitive as people might think it is, and it's actually a pretty relaxing job. So overall, it gets a 6 out of 10 for fun, a 6 out of 10 for repetitiveness, and a 6 out of 10 for relax factor. Alright, now adding up all of these jobs, here is your top 5 jobs for 2026 in Welcome to Bloxburg. Coming in at 5th place, we have Pizza Baker, which scores a total of 19 out of 30. Coming in 4th place, we have Janitor, scoring a total of 20 out of 30. Coming in 3rd place is Taxi Driver, scoring a total of 21 out of 30. Coming in 2nd place is Bloxburgger, scoring a total of 23 out of 30. And in 1st place, the one that probably nobody's really surprised about, is Pizza Delivery, coming in with a total of 26 out of 30. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know in the comments. This is my first video on the channel, so if you like my content, feel free to subscribe, But yeah, I had a lot of fun making this, and obviously, to no one's surprise, Pizza Delivery is still on top. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.